Why don't you stay and maybe join in the fun? Now the show has begun.
Yes, Dick Bentley and Jimmy Edwards will be on hand for the next 30 minutes with June Whitfield, Wallas Eaton and the keynotes, all inviting you to...
Well, listeners, over on the television service, the BBC are doing their little nut on a series based on the life and times of that sporting old roue, King Charles II.
A great character. One of the roues that Cromwell knocked about a bit.
So said another one of them. So, continuing with our policy of showing you that anything TV can do, we can do later, here's our version of the King Charles II story. Come in, Samuel Pepys.
I, Samuel Pepys, hereby lift up quill and pen my first entry in this leather-bound diary, given me as a token of affection by Mistress Dale. January the 4th, 1664, betook myself to Drury Lane Theatre. There in the royal box did espy King Charles II. With his majesty was the bony-nosed Puritan Silas Pinchbeck, keeper of the privy purse, appointed by Parliament to curb the merry monarch's roistering extravagance. His majesty was pleading with Silas in earnest tones.
Oh, go on, Silas. Let's have a tanner for a choc ice.
Nay, your majesty, it is not with my approval that your majesty visits Drury Lane. This theatre be nothing but a sink of iniquity.
Aye, but in the sink there be some mighty attractive dishes. Oh, look, there's Florence, Duchess of Barchester. Aye, aye, Florrie! Get home all right Thursday?
Your majesty, thou must not be so familiar with that baggage. She is but a lady in waiting.
Well, after Thursday night, she's no longer in waiting. Oh, come on, Silas. Geese a tanner for a choc ice.
Your majesty, the privy purse cannot afford it. I will spare thee 1 penny with which to purchase an orange.
Well, 'tis better than naught, we suppose. At least I can spit the pips at Samuel Pepys.
I'll summon the orange wench. Miss!
Oranges, sweet, juicy oranges. Stop me and squeeze one.
Stab me rotten, what a toothsome wench.
Who'll buy my oranges? Jaffa Gaffer?
Gaffer, watch thy tongue, insolent drab. This is Les Majesté.
Well, make up your mind, Les. How many are you going to have? They're 2p each.
2p each. We shall have 1/2 orange.
1/2 orange? Giving a party, are you?
Split me garters, the wench has spiritum. Think you not so, Silas?
Well, for a purveyor of oranges, she certainly has appeal.
Fain could I but make her mine. Heavens, could I but make her mine. Fain and heavens could I but make her mine. What is thy name, gal?
My name's Nell. Nell Gwynn.
Nell Gwynn, your majesty, exercise discretion. This wench is notorious. Your lately formed navy did elect her Miss Poop Deck of 1663.
I care not. To me she looks a right slice of King's Rhapsody. Come here, my dear.
Steady, your majesty. You've come out in a royal flush. The whole theatre is watching your dilly-dallying with this wench.
Silence, prattling Puritan. Pay him no heed, my pretty one. We shall dilly-dally willy-nilly-nelly.
Oh, King Charles, you are a 1.
Well, no, I'm a 2, actually. 'Twas my dad was Charles I. Come, Nelly, buss me.
Do what, dear?
Buss me. Buss is a 17th century word meaning kiss. Oh, at least we hope it is. If it's not, the BBC will be doing gramophone records this time next week.
Oh, your majesty, no good can come of this. Thou knowest not what thou doest.
I knoweth exactly what I'm doing.
But...
Silence, I say. Charlie's king. Look, you take this ticket and go and fetch me crown from the gents' cloakroom. Go on, at the doublet.
Oh, well, I never...
Oh, your majesty, I like you. You got naughty eyes.
I know. And I like thee, Nell. We are both of us of a kind, eh? Both fond of the good things in life. Thou knowest that as a monarch men call me Mary.
Oh, it's a grand old name.
Not Mary, Merry. And I think we two can be right merry together.
I think I know what is in thy mind, Charles.
I think you do. Quick, before he comes back.
Now?
Yes, quick. Give me the other half, the orange.
And so, much against my will, Nell Gwynn came to court. She and Charles became, well, in the history books it says, firm friends. Time and time again did I remonstrate with the king.
Oh, Silas, what's wrong with a bit of fun? You're a long time dead, by the look of you.
But thou art spending all the royal coffers on this female person. And yesterday you sold the crown jewels. And what for? To buy her a sedan chair with a sunshine roof.
So I blued a couple of baubles. 'Tis of no account.
But you're forever bluing baubles.
Well, it's my money. Can't I spend the royal exchequer as I choose?
Not on your Nelly. By 1687, the Treasury was sadly depleted. It was a very worried monarch who sat with Mistress Nell in her parlour that forenoon.
Oh, cheer up, Charlie. You look proper chocker.
No.
Let me comfort you. Come, bus me.
No, I don't feel like a bus.
Oh, just a little bus, a single-decker.
No, I'm in one of my royal moods. I've had a shocking week. Oh, shocking. Well, there's been the fire of London. And the Dutch fleet is up the estuary. And the Privy Purse is up the creek.
What about the Great Plague?
He's the worst of the lot. Nellie, Silas says I've got to give you up. I've promised him that I'll never see you again.
Oh, Charlie, no. No, 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 no.
Poor old Nell. That's the first time I've ever heard you say that word. I'm sorry, Nell. I just can't afford to run you anymore.
Oh.
I shouldn't really be here now. In fact, if Silas should find out,
Be the king in there?
Silas.
Here, quick, Charles. I have an idea. Crouch behind this screen.
All right.
Come in, Master Silas.
I have news for the king. The Dutch have been beaten in a great sea battle. They've sailed back to Dash.
Well, the king isn't here. But you, Master Silas, now you are here, why are you always so distant with me? Surely some fortunate wench will someday stir thee.
I may have, but the woman I seek will neither paint her face, nor drink, nor kiss, nor nothing.
So what'll you do when you find her?
Yes, that's a point, isn't it?
Sit on the couch, Silas. Look at me. Am I not comely? Oh, Silas. Green line me.
Green line you?
It's the same as bussing, only you go much further. Silas, hold me, hold me.
No, no, mistress, release me. Stop this, I beg you. It may be habit forming.
Oh, Silas.
No more, I prithee. Already my doublet has run up me back like a window blind. Stop, please.
Then let me continue to see my Charlie.
No, never. Impossible. It is the laws of the state we are in.
You don't have to tell me about the state we're in. Kiss me.
No. No, I'm a Roundhead. It was to stop this sort of behaviour that the Roundheads beat the Cavaliers. They beat them at the Battle of Marston. More.
What?
More.
Then I can continue to see Charlie.
See who you like. More. Oh, by Cromwell, it is habit forming.
And thus did the Puritans lose their hold, and Nell Gwynn made Restoration England safe for John Clements and Kay Hammond. Thus the years passed right merrily till February the 6th, 1688. For some years, King Charles had been afflicted with acute concavity of the mattress. And now...
Oh, Nellie, dear Nellie, I am an unconscionable time a-dying.
No hurry, love. You take as long as you like. I'll get on with some sewing.
Silas, draw near, old friend. Stand by me for me famous last words. Silas, let not poor Nellie starve.
I won't, Your Majesty. I'll have a shot.
Dear, kind Silas, before I go, I must reward thee for all thou hast done for me these many years. Kneel, Silas.
Oh, Your Majesty.
Nellie, hand me the ceremonial sword. Silas Pinchbeck, with this sword I hereby dub you knight.
Oh!
Oh, Charlie, Charlie. Fancy swiping sideways.
When Johnny comes marching home again, hooray, hooray. We'll give him a hearty welcome then, hooray, hooray. The men will cheer and the boys will shout. The girls dress up and we'll all turn up and we'll all feel gay. When Johnny comes marching home.
Get ready for the Jubilee, hooray!
Hooray!
Hooray! He'll get 3 cheers from you and me, hooray!
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 Johnny Bull will prove that he's still a champ. We'll close up shop and we'll break up camp and we'll all feel gay. When Johnny comes marching home.
My Johnny's coming home, coming home.
Johnny's coming home, coming home. Johnny's coming home, coming home. Johnny! Johnny! Coming home. Johnny Bull will prove that he's still a champ. We'll close up shop and we'll break up camp and we'll all feel gay when Johnny comes marching home. When Johnny comes a marching home.
Time, gentlemen, please. Time now. All your glasses, eat, drink, haven't you? Here, Mr. Glum. Oh, that's a smashing black eye you got there. It's a real good one, eh? Oh, that's as fine a black eye as I've seen. A real beauty, eh?
Thank you, Ted. I'm pleased one of us is getting some pleasure out of it.
Oh, I wasn't being unsympathetic, Mr. Glum. I'm just curious. Somebody give it to you?
No, I bought it from a dealer. Why don't you mind your own business, Ted?
well,
The story of how I got this black eye is very personal and very private. Wild horses wouldn't drag it out of me.
All right, suit yourself.
I'll tell you how it happened. The other night, my Ron and his Eth were alone together in the front room, and she was unusually animated.
Oh, Ron. It's just so out of the blue. I mean, after all this time. I mean, who'd have thought? Don't you agree, Ron?
Now,
Why not, beloved?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've told you, Ron, this letter. Here, read the last paragraph yourself.
Show me. Although you are now engaged, I am sure there is no harm in my taking you out to a dinner and dance for old time's sake. Just the two of us. What do you say? Yours affectionately, Teddy Perkins. I see.
Well, Ron, it's up to you, isn't it?
I suppose it is.
Well,
All right, I'll go, but I don't think I'll enjoy myself.
Ron, he's asking me.
Yeah?
Look, beloved, perhaps I should have told you about Teddy Perkins before. You see, until you came along, Teddy and I, we were what you might call thick.
Fat?
I mean, he was always round our house. Not that I really thought of him as a future husband, but I think Mum did.
I thought she was already married.
For me, Ron. And then you came into my life, Ron. And when I told Teddy I was getting engaged, he got rather emotional. He said if he couldn't have me, he was going to ignore the call of the flesh altogether and spend his life in contemplation.
What did he do?
I don't know. I believe he moved to Crouch End. And now, after all these years, he invites me out for dinner. Ron, I'm going to ask you something and I want your frank answer. Do you mind your fiancé going out to dinner with a former boyfriend? If you do mind, say so, and I'll understand.
All right, F. I do mind.
Well, don't you think that's just a little bit petty, Ron?
All right, F. I don't mind.
No, don't let me persuade you. It's quite understandable you're minding my going out with somebody who I was once very keen on.
All right, F. I do mind.
On the other hand, it is all over and done with now.
All right, F. I don't mind.
Oh, Ron, one moment you say you do and the next moment you say you don't. What does that really amount to?
I think at the moment it's 2 all.
But that doesn't help me. Oh, can't you give me a definite answer? Please, Ron.
I don't know, F. Honest, I don't. Quite frankly, I think the original arrangement was best.
What original arrangement?
He takes me out for dinner.
Oh, Ron, all I want is to do the right thing and... Look, let's ask your father. Mr. Glum! Mr. Glum!
Hello. Just coming. Excuse me mopping my face, Eth. I've just been working on a new way to make a quick cup of tea. I sprinkle tea leaves in my moustache, you see, and then I drink hot water. What's up with you, Eth? You look very perturbed.
Go on, Ron. Speak to your father.
Hello, Dad.
Oh, never mind, let me. Mr. Glum, I want to ask you something.
Oh, yeah?
Do you believe, deep down, that there's any harm in a man and woman going out together for an evening when in the eyes of society one of them's pledged to somebody else?
Oh, Eth. Do you think I don't realise who you're talking about?
You do?
Of course I do. What's more, I can explain everything. Here, whatever that park keeper may have told you about me and that Miss Wilson, it's a vile exaggeration. Moreover, I am suing him for not looking where he prodded with that spike thing of his.
Mr. Glum, it's nothing to do with you and any Miss Wilson. It's me and... Well, look, sit down and read this letter.
No, I'll stand, thank you very much. Let's have a look at this letter. Where's my glasses? Now then, my dear Ethel. Yes. Well. Let's see. Well, Ethel, I'm not a prude. In fact, I pride myself that I am broad-minded to the point of obscenity. But this letter shocks me.
Shocks?
To think that you, an engaged fiancé, could even contemplate betraying my baby boy's love. Well, frankly, I'm aghasted.
Trey, Mr. Glum, I honestly think you're being faintly Victorian.
Well, maybe I am. But I'll tell you this. When I was engaged to Mrs. Glum, I would not let any other man look at her. Not just because I hate being pitied, but because it's just not right. If you're engaged, and that's it. Now, listen, Eth, I'm going to talk to you man to man. Why should you want to see this Perkins again?
Well, he's a nice boy.
Well, so what?
Well, he's interesting and charming and good-looking and intelligent and, well, for a man like him to still want to take out a girl like me, it's flattering. If you were a woman, you'd know what I'm trying to get at.
Unfortunately, I'm a man, so I know what he's trying to get at. I'm putting my foot down here. Ethel, you're refusing that invitation. Forthwith and piecemeal. That's an order.
Now, just a minute, Mr. Glum. You're not talking to Ron, you know.
Nobody's talking to me. If I had a moustache, I'd make myself a cup of tea.
Ah, listen, Eth, I might as well talk to you. He's no sense. Now, listen.
Thank you, Dad.
Do I take it that you are defying me?
Well, not in a nasty way, Mr. Glum. I wasn't going to go out with Teddy, but now I jolly well am. Oh, not to spite you, just to prove you're wrong. And what's more, I'll come back here tomorrow right after the dinner and I'll bring Teddy with me, just to show you I can be trusted, even with a man as attractive as he is. So, good night.
And with that, she swept out. Well, that's polished it, hasn't it? Ron, you've got trouble with her.
Me, Dad?
Oh, yes, this Teddy Perkins is the thin end of the wedge.
Eth told me he was very thick.
Ron, why don't you go back to trying to grow a moustache? Ron, I'm telling you, this situation is dangerous.
I can't grow a moustache, Dad. I try.
I'm talking about Ron.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, Eth, I don't know who I'm talking about now.
Yes, it's dangerous.
Eth, women are like butterflies. They can't help flitting towards the brightest flower the garden has to offer. So what chance has an humble weed like you?
Eth doesn't flit, Dad.
Ron, she's a woman, and women have been the same all the way down through history. Look at Cleopatra.
She wasn't the same all the way down, Dad. I've seen her picture. I had a good...
I know.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
And I've took it away from you. Ron, I am not going to let this happen to you. We're going to fight, the both of us. We're going to... Somehow, in F's eyes, you've got to be made more attractive, more glamorous, more provocative. But how?
Would it help if I turned me cap back to front?
It would help if you shut up and let me think. Now, what draws a woman to a man after she's lost interest in him? I got it. If she thinks another woman is after him, that's it. And what better way of turning the tables on F? What sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander.
But, Dad, what other woman would be after me?
I know one. Just come with me and you can have a gander. So you see, Miss Wilson, that's the situation. All we want is that when Ethan Perkins arrive back at our place tomorrow night, she finds you on the sofa with my Ron.
But what do I say to her?
Well, don't worry about that, Dux. Just leave the talking to me.
That's what you said when the park keeper came up.
Yes, but that was a different situation, you see.
Well, suppose Mrs. Glum sees me with your son.
She won't be there, Miss Wilson. She won't be home till 12:30.
No, Now, Ron, I'm sending Mrs. Glum off, you see, to the pictures, and it'll take a good hour and a half to walk back. She can't move very fast at the moment, poor sweetheart.
Why not?
She's breaking in my new boots. See you tomorrow night, Miss Wilson. Well, it's 10:30, Ron. Eth and that dreamboat of hers should be back any minute. Hey, where's Miss Wilson?
She's already on the sofa in the front room, Dad.
No.
Yes?
Now, remember, the minute Eth enters, and not before,
Oh, yeah.
you nip in the front room and snuggle up to Miss Wilson.
Yes.
Here they are.
Right.
Get in there, Ron.
Yeah.
Just come in. Oh, good evening to you both, and welcome to... Eth, you're alone.
Oh, Mr. Glum!
What, Eth? Where's Handsome?
Handsome! Oh, Mr. Glum, I've been such a silly girl.
Oh, you have you?
Oh, Mr. Glum!
No, Eth. Now, calm down. You carry on like that, you give yourself veins. Now tell me, because I want all the details. Now, tell me. What did he do? I'll bash the daylights out of him.
Mr. Glum, no. He didn't do anything.
Eh?
I've never had such a boring evening.
But you said he was charming and gay.
He was 8 years ago, and now he's fat and bald.
Well, thank you very much.
He spent the whole dinner telling me about his 4 children and his blessed stomach trouble. Mr. Glum, I want my roll.
No, Eth, no. Don't go in there.
Hey.
Hey, come here. Hey. Now, listen, I must explain this. I put in hand certain arrangements in order to teach you a lesson, but seeing that the lesson has now been learnt without me, well, Ron, come out here a moment.
Hello, Eth.
Oh, Ron, beloved, I've been such a fool. I can see just by looking at you how concerned you've been. Oh, your poor hair's all dishevelled and you've got all red splotches on your dear cheeks.
Now, Eth, now don't peer at them too closely. It's all over now.
Oh, but I can see how anxious Ron's been. Oh, dear heart, I bet you've been on that sofa just eaten up by misgivings.
Oh, no, Eth. No, her name's Miss...
Shut up, Ron! Ron, you put your cap the right way round and take Eth home.
Oh, but Dad...
This very instant. Stroll slowly through the cool spring night. Pause in under every lamppost to cement your reunion. Go on then, off you go.
Come on, Eth.
Scarper.
Was he very bold? Oh, was he...
Right. Oh, dear. Well, I must say that was a close one. Oh,
Here, what's going on?
nothing to worry your pretty little dyed head about, my dear Miss Wilson. Tell you what, let's go and sit on the sofa and I'll explain everything to you. There you are, Ted. The young lovers were reunited and Mrs. Wilson and me was left alone in the house.
Oh.
A very pleasant outcome, if I may say so.
Yeah, but Mr. Glum, you still ain't explained how you got that black eye.
What, the shiner?
Yeah.
Well, you know I said Mrs. Glum wasn't expected home till 12:30.
Yeah?
Well, she got home at 11:30. Oh, my poor eye. Oh, dear.
Hannah Rabinowitz and the BBC Review Orchestra bring our recorded show to a close. Those involved were Dick Bentley, Professor Jimmy Edwards and June Whitfield, encouraged by Wallas Eaton and the keynotes. Frank Muir and Denis Norden wrote the script, and the program was produced by Charles Maxwell. We all invite you to tune in again next week and...